Hello, hello. I am Coach Cori Sartori. I empower high-achieving female entrepreneurs to shift their mindset to grow their self-belief, confidence, and business so they can make more money and have a more fulfilling life. I am so excited to share my story with you today of why I chose to become a life coach. I have been a life coach since 2016, and I am so grateful for the opportunity to empower women to take control of their lives and their business, to work on their mindset for more success and for more freedom, and so much more. I absolutely love what I do. I'm truly blessed to be a coach and just blessed to have the clients that I have that are willing to put in the work to transform their lives and businesses. I absolutely love, love, love it. So if you don't know me, I'm Coach Cori Sartori. I began life coaching in 2016. But before that, I wasn't living my best life. So let me kind of give you a little bit of insight into my life before I began self-development, before I became a life coach. So I spent over a decade in a codependent, toxic relationship with someone that was very heavily involved in alcohol and drug abuse. And I was in that relationship from the time I was 20 until I was, I think, 31-ish. And that was a really hard time in my life because I believe I really started to lose myself in my early 20s. I began to surround myself with negative people that didn't have goals, people that didn't want to really do anything with their lives except get wasted on the weekends and then work some crappy job during the week. And so that is how I spent my 20s. I liked what I did. I've worked 20 years in the retail field and I absolutely love it. But I held myself back so much because I didn't have clarity around my goals. I didn't know where I was heading, and I wasn't surrounding myself with positive people. So I had a lot of toxic friends. My romantic relationship wasn't the only toxic relationship I had. I had a lot of toxic relationships with friends, close friends, my best friends, and wasn't aware of it. I mean, you just don't know what you don't know. And so I spent all of my 20s just going with the flow, drinking daily so I didn't have to feel the pain, the negativity that was my life. And I just wasn't really going anywhere. I would do things, I would achieve things, but just because it happened, it was lucky. It wasn't because I was actually working towards anything. And so I spent over a decade in a toxic relationship. I was not a good person. I let my ego run the show, so I was an asshole. I would see a female and she would be happy and vibrant, and I just thought it was complete BS. I didn't believe it for a second because I didn't have that, so I didn't believe it was possible. And so I ended my codependent relationship in 2012. And it was just I think I remember I said when I broke up with him, I keep doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. I'm the definition of insanity and I just can't do this anymore. And we broke up, and guess what? My life still sucked because I didn't work on myself. I was still drinking all the time. I didn't have any direction. I was just lost. I felt broken. I don't know if any of you felt that way, but just so heavy in my heart and so heavy in my gut, just gross energy all the time. And I, one night drinking a bottle of wine, somehow came across the documentary The Secret. And that was really the first introduction of any sort of self-development. Law of attraction was the first thing. I was okay, this is interesting, but I didn't really dive too much into it. And so in 2013, the summer of 2013, I made the choice to move back to Salt Lake City, Utah. I'd been living in the Bay Area in San Mateo, California, and I just was lost, and I just needed to come back home to figure out what the hell I was doing. So I came home, still was garbage, was not a good person, came home, just started doing the same things I'd always done, drinking with my friends, not adding value to the world. And so grateful that I've had this gal pal that she's been in my life for probably 15 years by this time. And I moved back to Salt Lake, and she introduced me to this book, The 4 Agreements. And I read that book and I was mind blown. It absolutely made such a huge impact on my life. And then I found a job that was really committed to self-development, and they had this vision and goal work that I chose to start taking on. And so I really dove in after finding this vision and goal work, because vision and goal work helped me get clarity on who I wanted to be 10 years from then. Who did I want to be 10 years from today? And what were the goals that I needed to take on to get there? And I started to live in possibility. I started to realize like, oh my gosh, I can create anything I want for my life if I'm willing to put in the work, the time, and the energy to get there. And so vision and goals is a huge foundation for everything I've become. It's in every work I do with a client, in my mastermind and my one-on-one coaching. Like, I absolutely love vision and goal work because it transformed my life. I mean, when I started doing my vision and goal work, not only did I start to set and achieve goals, push myself out of my comfort zone, but I started to build confidence. Like, once I started to see that I could achieve things, it helped me start build confidence. Not just have an ego. My ego ran the show. People thought that was confidence. It wasn't. And when I started to achieve goals, I actually built real confidence, and it was so powerful for me. In 2014, I did my first round of yoga teacher training. I did a 200 training at Core Power Yoga. And again, that just transformed my life. I did seminars. I did workshops. I did, reading books, watching documentaries. I dove fully into self-development from 2013 on. And it changed my life for the better. I stopped drinking all the time. Like, I just started to become a better person. I started to surround myself with people that were positive, happy people. I found a mentor that was just a bright light in this world. I started to change because I was sick of living the life that I had lived for so many years, and I didn't want that for my future. I really wanted to live a powerful future. I wanted to make a positive impact in the world. And so I really dove into self-development, like spent thousands and thousands of dollars on doing things to help me grow. And 100%, all of that investment was worth it. So in 2015, I had some friends that had been friends with me in my 20s that I hadn't seen in a long time. And we crossed each other's paths, and they said to me, two different gentlemen said to me, "You're different. You are not the same person that you used to be. I love your energy. Like, it's a light. People are attracted to you. Like, I want what you have." And so I started dabbling and teaching them a little bit of yoga and teaching them a little bit of vision and goal practice and things that I was doing, offering them books that I had read. And that started to light a fire under me. I was like, ooh, this is good. Because I'd been teaching yoga already for about a year at this time. And I loved the opportunity to be in service of others. Like, I loved that within yoga. I knew that I was making a positive impact on these people's lives by guiding them through a yoga practice. And so when I had these people come back into my life and they're like, "You're a different person. We want what you have." And I was able to share some of the tools and resources that I had gained in the past 2 years. It was awesome. And I was like, ooh, this might be it. And then I continued doing seminars. I continued working on myself. I did a 12-week course in the end of 2015, early 2016. That was just so good. It was my first experience actually having my own coach, and it was amazing. During that time, my husband came into my life. And so I've known my husband since I was 15. At that time, we had not talked to each other for about 3 years. And he came into my life and he said the same thing that those other people had said. He says, "You're a different person. I want what you have." And so I started to teach him vision and goals. I started to offer him the book 4 Agreements, and really show him the things that I was doing that helped me change my life. And within probably 3 months of me teaching him this, even though I said to him, like, don't fall in love with me, we were dating. And by the end of that year, we were engaged to be married. And I know it's because I have always been a dreamer. I've always really believed I could have these things, even though I wasn't acting on it. I think that's like what law of attraction is, right? It's dreaming. And so I'm so grateful that I kept manifesting the life that I wanted, because I have it now, and I'm so grateful. So I started my business. I became a life coach in 2016 because I had spent so many years working on myself and becoming a better version of myself. At that time, I had 3 full years of self-development under my belt. And I was just like, I have to share this knowledge with other people. Because people, I think you don't know what you don't know. And for me, for many, many years, I just lived with a fixed mindset, not a growth mindset. So I just thought like, well, this is just how life is. It's just going to suck always. And I can't really do anything about it. And so when I started self-development, I created that growth mindset. So if you don't have a growth mindset, you can get one. But I created this growth mindset. And so I think it was May of 2016, I quit my full-time job. I started to get my life coaching certification. I got a Reiki certification so I can do energy work. And I started my business September of 2016. So it has been over six years now since I have been a business owner, a female entrepreneur, a life coach. And I absolutely love what I do. And I'm so grateful for the opportunity to share the tools and knowledge and resources I have with other people. That's why I became a life coach. And I think it was because when I started working on myself, I had no idea what I was doing. And so I was like, ooh, let me try this. Ooh, let me try this. Ooh, let me try this, which is great. And I think it's definitely helped me become the person I was. But I look back and I'm like, I wish that I would have invested in myself back then and hired a coach. Because when you have a coach, it helps you get from point A to point B a lot quicker because they can show you exactly what you need to do to get there, right? And I just wasn't aware of this. I don't even think I knew what a life coach was when I started working on myself. And so now I'm so grateful for the opportunity to coach women and men and support them in healing their relationships, growing their business, building their confidence, letting go of limiting beliefs, and so much more. Like, my coaching is so lit. It's so good. I absolutely love what I get to do. And I love the clients that I get to work with because they are willing to put in the work to change and to grow and to really step into their power. And, I became a life coach in 2016. And guess what? I still do self-development every single day. I'm constantly working on myself. I'm taking on seminars. I'm taking on workshops. In 2019, I did another 300-hour yoga teacher training, not to become a better yoga teacher, but to become a better person, to grow myself and to become a better mom and wife. And so I have continued to work on myself and develop myself. Last year at this time, I had just hired a business coach. And so I worked with her for 6 months. And I am all in self-development. It's something I will continue to do till the day I die. And so that's a little bit about me. That's a little bit about my story. But if you are ready to transform your life, if you want to grow your business, if you want to have a better relationship with your partner, with your mom, like, I'm your girl. I've been where you are. I have put in so many hours into becoming the best version of myself, and I would love to support you in transforming your life and your business. So I have 5 spots open for my one-on-one coaching program. I would love to share with you what that looks like, all the things. It's so good. So send me a DM right now with the word program to find out more about my one-on-one coaching. It is absolutely amazing, and I really look forward to help you transforming your life and your business. So send me a DM with the word program to find out more. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being you. Thank you for letting me share my story, and I look forward to connecting soon.